Greetings and welcome, citizens of my kingdom. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warsim, Realm of Aslona. That can so easily be misspoke, but anyway. So, we've basically spent our turn looking at the troops, at the staff we can hire, the throne room. We can have a look at the kingdom upgrades. Yeah, that says K behind all those numbers, as in thousands. That's a lot of money! But the upgrades you get are quite good, especially for instance the Shrine of Harvest, which will increase the income of each harvest. Even if the harvest is crap, you will still get more income. However, most likely you will want either the nobility courts or the training grounds first. Library is fun but not necessary. The armory, for instance, is also very good to get quickly. And other than that, there was some new things that were added, like the, I think the Hall of Order. There was something different about nightly orders you can find or something that, you know, at the moment I can't afford any of this. Let's see, let's change the laws of the land before we do anything else. So taxes and subsidiaries, we have a gambling tax, which would explain why the arena is broke. We have a banking tax, I think. It's sometimes a little unclear. I mean, if it says remove gambling tax, that I understand. Banking tax, I don't think I have a banking tax then. I have a land tax operating, which I will need. I could subsidize the arena, but that would remove the gambling tax. And I could subsidize the militia if I wanted more militia recruits. Basically means more peasants, but, you know. Alright, that's the first page. The second page, recruiting and training. Currently I have forceful enlistment, which essentially means I will be guaranteed to get peasants for my army workforce. But there is a trade-off in public opinion. I could go to free enlistment, which essentially allows people to join up of their own free will, but of course if your public opinion is low, I'm guessing that would reduce the amount of people that will come. Again, note that I'm stating guessing, I don't know, because I have seen public opinion go really high and not really notice much change either way. Banning local militia, I'm not all that worried about it, and seizing peasant training. You may consider doing that if the cost of your army gets a little bit too expensive. Like for instance, if you raise the wages of your army, then people will flock to your banner, because you'll pay them well. But this can rapidly become way too expensive for the amount of money you make. So, yeah, something you can consider. Goblin policies. Currently I have goblin slavery active. It basically means I can use goblins in my army, which is fine. Absolutely fine. I could reward people. It should probably make them happier, but, you know, I don't mind the goblins all that much. Mercenary policy. Just regular mercenary groups. I could make them larger, but this also could make the mercenary groups turn against me, or be turned against me, I think. Social policies. There's only arms for the poor, which I can't afford right now, but this will give me, of course, a very nice boost of popularity. Prison policies. I could close the prison, but I am a bandit king, so might not want to, but, you know, just in case there are some dissidents, I would want a place to put them, and possibly conscript them to stand on the front line. Other policies. A bandit scourge, longer harvest hours, and enforced laws. Well, aside from the typo there, no, I don't really want to do any of these. Why would I want the bandit scourge? I want the bandits on my side. And then there's the evil policies. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be using that nomenclature in any real legislation. And I don't think any politician is ever going to say, "Ooh, what evil will I do today?" No, no, no. Declare pillaging. You know, Declare Aslona a slave kingdom. A walking tax, a breathing tax. Declare a curfew. At the moment, I don't think I want to do any of these just yet. Before I do any of that, I really want to beat the rebels to a pulp. But before we do any of that, let's actually do something a little bit more interesting. Now, I could go to the reports. It's not much to see here, because most of these reports are empty. However, I will have a look at the troops. Currently I have 250 peasants, 130 soldiers, and 1500 bandits. And 5 knights. Yeah. Now bandits, I don't know how strong they are. I venture to guess they are not very strong. And they will steal money from other people, as long as you have them. Which can be good. Anyway, let's go explore the realm, because that is also part of it. Now, aside from the lands you own for making money, there's lands around your kingdom apparently that you cannot directly own, but can interact with. I don't know, the whole land system is a little bit weird, because as near as I can tell, you can get infinite amounts of plots of land and still not encroach upon any of the north of these areas. Let's go to the northern lands. The near north is a cold place, though mild compared to the rest of it. The near north is littered with forts and places of violence, such as the Brawler's Pitch and the Thick Blood Tavern. Right, so let's explore. Nothing. The Slaver's Fort. Now the Slaver's Fort you'll usually always find, either the first or second time. If I had money, I could buy slaves. Slaves essentially work the land. And I think plans are in the making that you can put them to work in mines if you can find them. Although, as far as I can tell, that's not really an option just yet. Slave soldiers, of course, also available if I want them. I can't afford really, because I'm not entirely sure I can do anything particular with them. So for now I'll leave it alone. That's all the chances of exploration I have. Let's end the turn. And there's much more we can do, but you know, at the moment, let's focus on the things we actually want to do. Now, I want to protect the rebels, but the hill witches we already saw are incredibly weak. So they need to die first, so we can get some free land. So let's do that. We can only attack one person at a time. And we can be attacked by pretty much anyone, I think. Let's hope none of them will. I mean, hopefully we can hire some of those Chaos Orcs, because they are awesome. Right, so what we want to do, we want to invade, we want their land. I will send no peasants. Also, when in this realm, you really need to type exactly how many people you want. Sometimes I kind of wish I could just type all and not have to do any of that, but you're obviously A. But, right, how many soldiers? I'll send 100. How many knights? I'll send 3. How many bandits? I'll send 1,000. And I'll send the Hill Witchling that wants to fight for me. Right. Device tactic indeed. Right, so here is our spy master. I've done some spying and arranged some battle reports for you, sir. We have a battle score of 9,401 versus the Hill Witches Sultanate enemy. That's a score of 387. They have 70 fighters. We have 1104. I think we're gonna win this. Right, so we get some ASCII art of what their buildings look like. I think that's not rendered entirely correctly. Right, so we killed a lot of them. We lost no one. They lost 70. We take one of their lands. Right then. So now we get the reports. We have to pay 70 to our general, 155 to our soldiers, 15 to our knights. So apparently we don't have to pay our peasants, which is good, I guess. We expended a total of that much this season, and we gained 11,000 somewhat. Right, the rebels have no new soldiers, which keeps their troop number the same, which is great, because I want to bring vengeance to them next, really. Right, the Kurds in Iraq are recruiting more people. That's fine, that doesn't really hurt me. We invaded the Hill Witches Sultanate. The bandits attempted to invade the lands of the lost dynasty of Kamol, but are unsuccessful. The bandits lose troops. That's fine, because that means they are at least not doing anything to me. Raid the lands of the Kran gang. They were unsuccessful. It's a raid, though. Attempted to invade. Why is everybody teaming up with the dynasty of Kamul? Right. And now it's the year 103. We have 4,882 gold. And quite a lot of men. Let's go to the staff again. General, let's see. Now let's see, I can get the current troop crimes, but we gained some peasants, we gained some soldiers. Let's see. As far as the rest of this of my retinue, the court jester you can get through the interactions in the throne room. The court jester doesn't really do anything. That's really my problem with it. It's neat that it's there. And he'll tell you jokes, if you ask him to. Depending on his skill level, it may be a good joke. If you want that. I don't really see any point in getting one just now. And this is not even the entire list of people you can get, because you can also get a court musician, for instance. The biggest thing here really is the champions, because if I go, for instance, for the first champion, it gives me a list of people I could hire. But it doesn't tell me anything useful about them. Now, I get that I may not see the full stats of the champions in the arena. These are people I want to hire for myself. But if I pick one, I don't get an option to see how strong they are. I have to go entirely off their name. Now, aside from the fact they are all way too expensive, I gotta ask, what is the point of the champions, really? Because you can't deploy them in battle, that much I know, because I've tried that. But they are only one person. They are only one person. And forgive me for saying so, only one person is not gonna make a difference in a battle. It never will. Even against the demons, it will not make a difference unless you have incredibly ridiculous high stats, which I don't. Anyways, usually, if I want a champion, I usually hire one to man a fort that I have conquered somewhere out in one of the 4 directions. Because you can do that. But otherwise I don't really see any point. Not really. Alright, let's recruit some troops. Hire some more soldiers. And he's currently got 270. I'll hire 50 more soldiers. Don't want to spend all my gold because we may need it somewhere else. Let's go to the throne room for a bit. We got 5 people waiting to see me. Let's send them in. A large man who is followed by 2 young men. He claims that just as he has served, it is time for his sons to serve in the army. He asks for 60 gold for each of them to cover the cost of the extra work I'll have to do without them around to help. I could be a dick and even throw him into the dungeon. But you know, right, fine, you can get it. So they join the army. So basically just washed 2 soldiers for 120 gold, which is not all that really in my benefit. But you know, might as well. The guards bring forward a man who is accused of killing a guard. Ask him to explain himself. It wasn't me. Ask the arresting guard for a statement. The guard informs you, well, you've got a new method to determine the guilty. We throw a frog in the air and the bird swoops down and eats it before it hits the ground. They are innocent. If it splatters into slime on the floor, they are part of the sliminess of injustice and are guilty. While on the surface it may seem to have resulted in the false imprisonment of thousands of people, I think it works. I hate this one. It's particularly... I mean, it's funny the first time you see it. Don't get me wrong. But you see this over and over again, and I kind of just want to say slap the guard for actually suggesting this in my presence. And, you know, just release him. They later find out that the man was a rebel. You see, that is no good to me. Give me a better way of determining guilt. I mean, I get that there has to be some randomness to this, but come on. How am I supposed to know that the guy's a rebel? Also, just for the point, if you've ever defeated the rebels, and you go to the throne room, and you get that event, and you guess that he's not guilty, why do I still get the message that he was a rebel? It doesn't matter anymore, the rebels are gone, they're not coming back. Alright, next visitor. My neighbor's cow and skipped him and trampled, and he refuses to pay for them. I'll make the neighbor pay for it. Alright, visited by farmer who claims one of my soldiers killed his favorite chicken. Not on nothing will bring him back. Preparations are due. I'm not paying 84 gold for a chicken. -1 public opinion. Visited by an old man, he asked if you could spare him some coins as his stockpile of grain has rotted and he has no food. I give him nothing. Yes, I am cruel. Life is cruel. You know, keep out the rabble. I don't know what that does exactly, but you know, I'll find out. Let's see. Would visit the Royal Bank. I currently have 501 gold stored in the Royal Bank. I could deposit if I wanted to. You get interest on the bank, provided of course you're not levying a tax on the bank. You can also loan money, which does have interest on it as well, so if you don't pay it back, eventually you might, you know, be in a bit of a problem. Especially if you don't have any income. Although, what is our income actually? We receive 203 gold in rents from the 6 lands. We have trade caravans from the elite city-state of Kulkuruk, which earn us 68 gold. We earned 1 gold of interest this turn, yay. We received 1200 gold from gambling tax law, 912 from general taxes, 621 tribute from goblin slavers, and our bandits pillage a lot of gold. We earn 36 gold from the season's harvest. So yeah, my bandits are really the only thing that give me any help. But what did I pay then? Alright, that number doesn't add up. Let's see, law report. Yeah, I got some outlaws. We got 68 peasants from the 6 lands and 7 free outlaws, yeah. Caravan reports, we only have the 1 caravan. And there's no major events, is there? The Savage Executioners Mercenary Group has been disbanded. Well, nothing else really. There's no other buildings to visit just yet because I don't have any other buildings. Where did all the money go? Will we raid it? I don't think so. Battle reports? And nobody raided us, so what the heck happened there? Well, let's just explore again. Let's explore the north. Ah, we got Fort Northwatch. Fort Northwatch is a bandit fortress complex ruled by Paladin the Traitor, and it's well defended. Alright, let's not bother them. Let's go visit the eastern grasslands. The Varat Desert is a very warm place. Suited knights avoid this place as best as possible. The desert is filled with magic and mystery and holds within it the great artifact market. Ooh, let's find it. You find a small black orb on the ground near a cave entrance. You are informed this is an orb of chaos. One of your men takes it back to your keep. I don't know if that's a good thing. I really don't. Well, we are just about done exploring. Although I kind of would wish that if I'm in here before, for instance, I would really like a button that just says go back to the throne room or back to the main screen. Having to do this exit twice is a little bit annoying. Let's just put it that way. And that'll have to do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.